How many times a week do you think you should train to optimize muscle growth? 5 times? 6 times? For me, I train twice a week. Is twice a week too little? Well, it might be too little for some, but it could be enough for others. What is going on YouTube? I'm Johan Kim. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about how many times a week you should work out. More specifically, I'll discuss why I only train twice a week. And just like in the previous video, let's quickly get to the point. Depending on your fitness goals and exercise experience, training twice a week might be insufficient or it might be enough. First of all, if your priority is strength or improving functionality for a specific sport, this video might not be relevant to you. However, if your goal is to build an impressive physique, you might want to pay attention to what I'm about to say. If you aspire to be a professional bodybuilder, I don't think there's any reason to train only twice a week. To maximize hypertrophy, you need to stimulate the muscles with a high volume of training and exercises from various angles and approach. This means performing at least 2 to 3 different exercises per muscle group in your workout. Trying to train all muscle groups with 3 exercises each within 2 weekly sessions would make the workouts too long, and your focus and energy would wane towards the end, making the training less efficient. I'm not a professional bodybuilder or a coach, so I can't provide exact information, but I believe that training at least 4 times a week is essential to maximize hypertrophy. If you're a complete beginner just starting out with weight training and building a great physique, training twice a week might be far too infrequent. If you're exceptionally talented and have trained intensively in other sports before starting weight training, you might see decent results with just 2 sessions a week. However, I'm still skeptical about how many people watching this video fall into that category. Personally, even though I had been swimming and doing bodyweight exercises for a long time before I started weight training, I believe my physique would have been terrible if I had only trained twice a week when I was a beginner. So, why isn't training twice a week enough for beginners? First, beginners lack the basic skills required for weight training. They need time to learn the fundamentals, such as how to lift weights safely without getting injured, and how to feel muscle engagement while training through the full range of motion. It's very difficult to quickly learn these basics if you're only training twice a week. Additionally, it is very unlikely for beginners to achieve the necessary training intensity with just 2 workouts per week. While overtraining can be a hindrance to muscle growth, undertraining is even worse. Therefore, if you're a beginner, you need to spend as much time as possible in the gym and familiarize yourself with dumbbells, barbells, and machines. Beginners can't maintain high training quality, so the next best thing they can do is to increase the quantity of their training. That's why, if you're a beginner, I don't recommend training just twice a week. Now let's talk about people for whom training twice a week might be sufficient. As your skills and intensity increase, you can provide your muscles with sufficient stimulus for hypertrophy more quickly than you might think. However, if you continue with the same volume and frequency you adhered to as a beginner, you'll likely reach a point of overtraining. So if you often feel tired and lethargic outside the gym and aren't seeing significant changes in your strength or physique as the result of overtraining, it might be a sign that you need to reduce your training frequency. If going to the gym every day, even if it leads to overtraining, makes you happier, then just go for it. As long as you're not harming anyone else and you're happy, that's what matters. But isn't training twice a week still too little for muscle growth? Well, actually, depending on how you train, it can be enough. However, if you have enough time to train more often, that's perfectly fine too. But I'd like you to hear my story. After about 3 years of training, I hit a plateau with my weights and saw no significant changes in my body. I thought this was due to a lack of intensity and volume, so I increased both. But this led to joint pain, chronic fatigue, and a sense of my body shrinking. During this slump, I had to work at a factory and construction site over the winter break to earn money for some urgent reason. Commuting to the construction site and the physical toll of the work made it impossible to train every day. I could only find time to work out barely 3 days a week, and I decided to train just twice a week. And for the first time since starting my job at the construction site, I went to the gym. And guess what happened? Surprisingly, I felt better pumps and improved performance compared to before. At that time, I didn't understand what was happening to my body, but looking back, it seems that I had been overtraining, and the additional rest allowed my body to recover and grow again. This experience taught me that training frequency can be much lower than I previously thought. So after this unexpected lesson, I reduced my training to 3 times a week and recently down to twice a week. And now, I'm not working at a construction site or factory, and since now I'm working from a home office, I could technically work out at the gym every day if I wanted to. However, I don't. Why? There are 2 main reasons. First, I don't see a significant difference in results between going to the gym most days of the week versus training twice a week with full focus. Of course, I do believe that going more often increases the likelihood of greater gains. But if you train with intensity and smartly during those 2 sessions, I think you can narrow the gap significantly. The second and more important reason is that I don't want to spend too much time going to the gym. Going to the gym isn't difficult for me. It's more of a break. While I could go every day just for fun, I always feel pressed for time with work and personal development. So, I choose to go to the gym twice a week. And to confess, I used to be excessively obsessed with building my physique. I would avoid traveling to focus on workouts and even cut back on time with family and friends to prioritize my gains. However, after reducing my training frequency to twice a week, I've felt an incredible sense of freedom. Most importantly, I'm really happy to be able to spend more time with the people I care about. I don't deny that building a strong and impressive body is very important for men, but if it turns into an obsession, it can have a negative impact on both yourself and those around you. So, I hope you can achieve your fitness goals without missing out on the things that matter most to you. That's it for this video. See you next time.